Hello, and it's time for the next section. So we're going to backtrack a little bit because we've sort of been working towards the right, but we're going to come back to the left here to the ring modulator section. So basically, ring modulation is combining two frequencies to create sidebands. It gets way more technical than that, but that's sort of what you need to know in terms of usefulness and useful information. So some interesting things to note about the ARP-2600. The ring modulation has a separate output from the filter. So you could have ring modulated sounds coming with no filter, or you could have them coming through the filter. If I can get it, oops. So you can get all these sort of interesting, mysterious sounds, especially if you add in reverb. Okay, so for now we're going to remove the filter. We're just going to hear the ring modulator as it is with no filter. So, we turn this up. I've got just a sustained note running here. You'll see that the VCO1 sawtooth and the VCO2 sine wave are hardwired to these inputs, and these are pretty much just volume. We've got an audio or DC switch, and we're going to play with that probably in this next video because you can get a lot of interesting things to happen with that. So now we enter sort of more of a West Coast way of looking at pitch in terms of like we're thinking higher and lower. We're not necessarily thinking, oh, I need this note, because ring modulation is pretty unpredictable. You can get it tuned, but sort of the idea of this is more of a sound designer's tool. I add a little reverb, and we just get all these harmonics out. No reverb. So that's a real fun sound to use for sound design. Okay. And like everything else, so you're gonna experiment with the frequencies and find what works. We can also sort of get an arpeggio going here. Right? So there's a pretty film scorey type of sound. Okay, and like always, we're not limited to those particular waves. We can sort of take any oscillator wave. And so I'm going to replace the sine wave with just the pulse wave. You get a lot more of a gritty sound. Similarly, you can take really anything from here. Two sawtooths. Okay, and then this would be a good candidate for a sound to run back through the preamp at 1,000 gain and get, the ARP-2600 version of electric guitar. Add reverb. Hope that helps.